Hey, so something pretty significant is happening in the world of tech and geopolitics that you absolutely need to know about. Nvidia might be on the verge of selling more advanced AI chips to Chinese customers, and honestly, this is a bigger deal than it might sound at first. So let's break this down. Nvidia, the company that has basically become the backbone of the global artificial intelligence revolution, has been quietly signaling to its Chinese customers that it could soon be ready to offer them more powerful AI chips. Now, to understand why this is such a massive story, we need to rewind just a little bit. For the past couple of years, the United States government has been putting the brakes on Nvidia selling its most advanced chips to China. The restrictions were introduced as part of Washington's broader effort to prevent China from gaining access to cutting-edge technology that could potentially be used to advance their military capabilities or close the gap in the AI race. So Nvidia had to come up with specially modified, less powerful versions of their chips specifically designed to comply with those export rules. Chips like the H20 were essentially the watered-down options that Chinese tech companies had to make do with. But here's where it gets interesting. Nvidia is now apparently reaching out to Chinese customers and telling them, hey, something better might be coming your way soon. This is a significant shift in tone and signals that there could be some movement happening behind the scenes, either in terms of export policy changes, new chip designs that thread the needle of compliance, or some combination of both. Now, why does China matter so much to Nvidia in the first place? Well, before these export restrictions kicked in, China was one of Nvidia's most important and lucrative markets. We're talking billions of dollars in revenue that essentially got cut off or severely limited overnight. Chinese tech giants companies like Baidu, Alibaba, Tencent, and a whole ecosystem of AI startups were massive consumers of Nvidia's high-end hardware. Losing that business stung, and it continues to sting every single quarter when Nvidia reports its earnings. And from China's side, the restrictions have been genuinely painful too. Chinese AI developers have had to work with less capable hardware, which slows down their ability to train large language models and compete on the global AI stage. Some Chinese companies have tried to find workarounds, others have pushed their domestic chip manufacturers harder to fill the gap. But the reality is nothing quite replaces the performance of Nvidia's top-tier products right now. So the fact that Nvidia is now whispering to its Chinese clients about potentially better chips coming soon suggests a few possible scenarios. Maybe the Trump administration is reconsidering some of these export controls as part of broader trade negotiations with China. Maybe Nvidia has engineered a new chip that delivers significantly more performance while still technically staying within the boundaries of what's allowed under current regulations. Or maybe there's a combination of diplomatic and technical factors converging at the same time. What's really fascinating here is the geopolitical tightrope that Nvidia has to walk constantly. On one hand, they're an American company subject to U.S. law and national security considerations. On the other hand, they're a publicly traded corporation with shareholders who want to see revenue growth, and China represents an enormous chunk of untapped potential. Jensen Huang, Nvidia's CEO, has been pretty vocal in the past about how export restrictions actually hurt American companies more than they hurt China in the long run, arguing that Chinese companies will simply develop their own alternatives if cut off for too long. So the real question now isn't just whether Nvidia gets to sell better chips to China, it's whether the window for American tech dominance in AI hardware is still open, or slowly closing while everyone argues about it.